All right. Hey guys, I hope you're doing good. My name is Roshan, and the reason why I'm recording this video today is I want to show you the reality of the agencies and the e-commerce brands or any brand that sells online, right? So I hope you have a hopefully at this point you should be aware that marketing agencies in general just have a very bad name, right? So why is that? So that's what I'm going to talk about in this video, and also as an awareness as to what you should be doing to make sure that you do not fall into the trap, right? So I'm who am I to talk on this? My name is Roshan, and I personally run an agency myself. And when I got into this space, I was truly amazed by the amount of people that were getting burnt by these agencies. And I wanted to take a very different approach, and I'm also going to talk about that here in a minute. But first of all, I will give you the awareness and all of that. So, yes, let's jump right into it. So, I'm on the. So, I hope you can see my screen now. Yeah. So look, first of all, if you are an e-commerce brand, okay, that sells direct to consumers and you are doing about $0 to $10,000 at max in monthly revenue, then you have to watch this video and you have to make sure that you follow. Okay, so literally every e-commerce brand out there, this is exactly what their process looks like. So they struggle to get sales, they are just starting out, they do not know what they're doing, they do not know how to do market their brand, they only know about the product and to come up with good product founder things. They are not sure or uncertain about all these other variables. They try to find secret marketing strategy. So they have their website up, they have the products, designs, collections, fulfillment, product, like everything is there. Now they just want the first few customers to get the momentum going, and then from there on, just grow their brand. So they try to find secret marketing strategy which truly does not exist. Okay, so they try to find something that is not non-existent. I mean, you can come up with a great strategy, but it takes a lot of split testing and all of that. Okay, nothing's easy. So they try to find the secret marketing strategy, but then they try to do a bunch of Google search, watch YouTube videos, how to grow the clothing brand on a tight budget, this and that. And finally, they try to implement on a few things, they just give up and nothing seems to work. Now they think there are professionals out there who will do this for me. And that's also around the time that they are constantly getting bombarded with bunch of marketers and agencies and all of that in the DMs, just letting them know that they're going to absolutely crush it for their brand, like $100,000, $50,000 monthly revenue in the next 30 days or in the next 7 days, sorts of those big claims, right? So you get pitched by one of these agencies, and then you hop on a call with them. They lay out a complete strategy, and they again let you know about how amazing your brand is and all of that, and they just need that secret sauce of marketing, the cherry on top, in order to scale their business to like unbelievable heights, live the life they always imagined, and somehow convince you to work with them. And then now you see this person reaching out to you, maybe try to dig a little, you try to do a little bit of research on the agency or the person who reached out to you, and they seem to have so many testimonials and of that, and you are truly convinced at this point, and you say, okay, I'm going to give this a try, I'm going to put money into the advertising, about 1000 to 2000 or somewhere around that, and you also pay the marketing agency more than $1000. And now you get started with the advertising. First month goes by, second month goes by, third month goes by, you barely make any sales, let alone make a profit. And at this point, you are so frustrated, you get burned by the marketing agency. And then you stop working with them after the 3 month contract, and then you are just back to the square one. You again try to figure out, what am I doing wrong, what's wrong with this, or maybe my business is not good. You start asking all these questions, and then after a few months or maybe a year, you again get bombarded by so many agencies. Now you again think to yourself, last time I was burned by an agency, but now again, um another person reaches out to you, you are now more convinced. Now you start to tell yourself that, okay, previous person did not have what this person has, now let me give this a shot again, because you are truly interested in making this work, you want to make this work, you want to do entrepreneurship, that's like your goal. but again you repeat that same cycle where you are struggling, you find the secret marketing strategy, you do not get it, you try to hire an agency or a marketer, and then you get burnt. You repeat the cycle over and over again until you hit a point, I don't know, after that. But yeah, so that's exactly the reality of it. Okay, now what I'm going to talk about here in this video is what can you do instead. So if this is not the solution to your business, if this is not going to help you scale past 10,000 or even help you reach 10,000, then what is the exact solution? So that's what I'm going to reveal now. So do this instead. Okay, so this is exactly what you need. You do not need any secret strategy. Like if you were to looking for a secret strategy, here you go. Okay, so look, first of all, you have to start off by doing your audience research. It just comes down to the very basics at the end of the day. Nothing complicated. Okay, very simple things. Like look, here's the quote that I always get remembered of, right? Do ordinary things for extraordinary amounts of time and the result will be unbelievable. Okay, so those who achieve extraordinary results are not the people who have like figured out a hack or something. They've just been consistent enough on the things over and over time it started to generate results, right? So first of all, you do your audience research. You look into the market desires. You understand your audience so well that you know better than they know themselves, right? So this is something that I'm looking for like 100 time. Understand your audiences so much so that you know better than they know themselves. Okay, let that sink in for a second. So once you know exactly who your target audience is, once you do some really crazy strong research on who your target audience is, what do they look like, act like, what are they not attracted to, what are they attracted to, once you start asking all these questions, it's like inevitable for you not to win. So once you have done that, next you move on to brand building. Now you know exactly who your target audience is. Now you come up with a brand concept, clothing designs, you do the positioning, everything based on who your target audience is and what that person will resonate with. So you build a solid brand, you position it in a way that specific target audience, that specific target customer that you have in mind will go onto your website, and then the next thing he will do is add to cart, initiate checkout, done. Okay, so once you do that second step, obviously bear in mind this is not a one time process. This is what takes iteration. The word marketing is a fancy 9-letter word and its simplest form is just testing. Marketing's other word is testing. Okay, so forget the term marketing, remember testing. You have to test as much as possible. If you are not willing to test, I'm sorry to say this, it's going to be very hard for you to grow your business. So you have to audience research, then you go on to the next step, brand building and positioning, and third is this 3-word secret formula. Okay, hook, story and offer. So any brand, if you look at any brand, everyone follows this, and the more you get advanced with this formula, the bigger your brand is going to get. So it always starts with a hook. Why should I care about your brand? Why, like, no, if you are a clothing brand, you have your own logo and there are like million other brands that have their own logo. Why should I prefer your logo over the million others? That's the question. That's the hook I'm looking for. Okay, so you need to have a solid hook, and once you get them with your hook, then comes your story. And another quote goes, okay, humans buy with emotions and justify with logic. So whenever you're trying to sell something, start with emotions first. Start with a good story that will truly evoke an emotion in your target audience, and then they will be like, really hooked in, and then you present an irresistible offer that they cannot resist, and that's when you make a purchase. Okay, so hook, this one's very crucial in all your marketing. Okay, and once you have a solid hook and once you get people in the door, you present a story, an irresistible story that truly evokes an emotion. Okay, and then you present a very solid offer that they cannot resist, and that's how you make sales. And the next step, once you have done this, is website optimization. So you have done your audience research, you know who you're targeting, you have built your brand, you have positioned it very well, you have your hook story offer, and now if you do not have a good website that again positions and translates a stranger into a customer, you are not still going to make any sales. Okay, so you have to make sure website is highly optimized, and I will go into the depths of how to optimize website better in the upcoming videos. But just know that you have to have a lot of proofs, testimonials, story video, make sure the website is highly optimized with speed and performance and all of that. So many things to get into, but yeah, website optimization, right? And the final variable is the acquisition itself. So once you have all these things in place, only then you have to go on to the acquisition. And to be honest with you guys, anyone, like everyone, every e-commerce brand owner that is watching this video always starts not with these steps, but here. That's it. They think they have to run ads, they are going to get a bunch of eyeballs on their brand, and then the next thing they are going to see is the Shopify showing a bunch of new orders on their notifications. And that, this is the reality, okay? And this is what not most people are talking about. So you have to do the foundations. This is where results are produced, and the acquisition is the last piece. And again, acquisition is the last piece, but you should not start with paid ads. Paid ads, it's third step of acquisition. First step is organic content. Now you might be telling me, Roshan, come on Roshan, like I've been posting like so many posts on Instagram, reels, videos, everything for like past 1 year, and I still am yet to see a growth, and there's nothing there. And I truly get you. I know so many people who have been consistent with organic content for years and still have not seen any results. There's a way to go about it. You should not be producing organic content. You have to be producing, let me tell you what you should be producing. If you know who Gary Vaynerchuk is, he talks about strategic organic content, and this is what we have to be focusing on. Not organic content. Everyone can produce organic content. Like what I'm doing right now is also organic. But what about strategic? You have to be strategic about things. Everyone runs an e-commerce brand. Why only few are successful? They have taken the time to do it in a strategic way, not just do it for the sake of doing and expecting results. Okay, so strategic organic content is must. Okay, so it also it's a short form as SOC, SOC, as Gary Vee talks about it. But yeah, when I say strategic organic content, what that means is you do based on your research and everything you have done, you know exactly who you're selling to. Now you brainstorm a lot of ideas, you come up with shorts, reels, TikTok videos, like all these types of short form videos. This is what I would recommend you should be posting, and you have to know exactly what will resonate with your target audience, which you have obviously done the research. You have to come up with creative ideas for the videos. Okay, in the next upcoming videos, maybe I will try to create a video around it. It's a full-blown topic to put it in this same video. But yeah, based on your target audience research, you have to come up with content that will truly resonate, and you post it across all the mediums: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, like everywhere you can possibly think of. And make sure to put a lot of emphasis on the short form content, because with Instagram you still cannot make a simple single image post and expect your Instagram to grow and expect your target audience to follow you. That's just madness, right? You have to go with the trend and do what is actually working at the moment. So strategic organic content, right? Next is influencers. Now you might be saying like, oh, I'm posting a lot of content and still so hard to get get picked up by the algorithm of that platform and get my brand off the ground. Okay, that makes sense at this point. Now what you do is you find like 10 to 20 influencers in your niche minimum, and then you DM each of those people, and then you ask their address and send out free products. Don't do paid ads. We don't waste your money here. Instead, use it more effectively and send out freebies to these influencers. When I say influencers, not like people who have millions of followers, micro influencers. Okay, and like with micro influencers, these people still have good following, like it's like 10,000 5,000 followers on Instagram, something like that. And what you can do is reach out to these people, like hundreds of people, and then once we have conversations with them, send out freebies, and just do it out of goodwill, and like maybe ask them like, can you put this in your Instagram profile so you get 5,000 people knowing about your brand. And then you can also get a lot of content that you can post it on your IG as well, of them wearing your product. So once you do this, you will know if your product is actually working, because now you have your product in front of people with the name of an influencer, which is much better compared to like just doing paid ads. And once you have done these two things like for enough time, where you have actually now where you're actually starting to see some sales and everything, that's when you move on to the paid ads. Because now what you have done is, look, we have built the foundations, because only if you do this correctly, after certain testing iterations, you will be able to generate sales through these mediums. And when you start to see some sales, like let's say 1000, 2000, 3000 consistent monthly revenue with these things, now is the right time to get into paid advertising. Now when you get into paid ads, you have a solid brand, you are already have an existing product market fit, you already have existing customers. Now you can use all that energy and push it towards paid ads, right? So when you start doing paid ads right now, and if it does not work out, it's just about testing paid ads enough until it starts working for you, finding out a lot of ad angles and everything and all of that, which I also talk about in my other videos, the CFT framework that we have figured out. That's the third piece, paid ads. And once you have everything working, and you're starting to produce 10, 15, $20,000 minimum in monthly revenue, you at this point have a very big email list. Now you start doing email marketing, right? Without any dime on ads or marketing or anything, you just do email marketing, just send out great emails with great copywriting and all of that to your existing customers, and get those repeat purchases, and you grow off of that, right? So this is exactly what you have to do, not this. Okay, so I hope you found value in this video. I don't want to stretch this too long. If you have any questions and want me to get into details of any of these things, do leave a comment and I'll make a video around that. Cheers guys, bye.